Hello there, I am Coach Kim. Welcome back. This is my YouTube channel. Please subscribe and comment. I would love to hear feedback on things that you're listening to here. If it doesn't make sense, let me know. If you agree or disagree, either way, it'd be good to hear that from you. I would love to hear that. So I am working with a new client and they have some issues between their current leadership team and their team members. And what's happened is in the past, there was a pretty awful manager in place. It sounds like he was very abusive in a lot of ways, kind of mean, really authoritarian dictatorship kind of leadership style, and basically just led by fear, forced people to do things and people are just afraid of him. So he's gone now. There's a new person in place, but the team does not trust this person. And this person's been there about a year now, and they have a couple of other new people in place as well. And they've been working really hard to try to get everybody on the same page. And this is there's about 100 people, I guess, in this, the employees under this manager. And one of the things I was talking about yesterday with the HR director was that the leaders are doing all the right things. They're really reaching out and trying and trying to listen and give feedback and, and be available and all that good stuff. But what's happening is that on the other side, the employees just don't trust them. And so one of the discussions that we had was around, our personal stuff. So if I'm in a situation where I'm with somebody who's quite abusive, and I have been in some of these situations in the past in relationships, unfortunately, it becomes very hard to trust yourself, okay? Because you take all of this stuff from somebody, trying to make this person happy. And so in a job situation, it's your boss. So you're trying to make them happy. You're trying to do the things they need you to do. A lot of times people like this, it's never good enough. You can never do enough in anything you do. Sometimes, you do something that's great, and then the next moment you've done something and it's terrible. And you just really never know what's going to happen, right? There's this unsureness that is constantly there, and everything feels very, very unstable. So there's a lot of instability. There's the word. So when that is happening, you are trying to make sense of what's going on. And at the same time, in your gut, this isn't right, but then this person is usually telling you, whatever they're telling you that you have to believe. And so it's hard to really trust yourself. So when somebody new comes into the picture, you don't know if you can trust yourself, and you certainly can't trust this new person. So it is really all about learning to trust yourself first, and then being able to trust other people. Even if the other leaders and new leaders are doing a great job in a lot of ways, I am not going to notice that because I am so focused on, protecting myself, essentially. So one of the things that we talked about was, how do we become more aware of our own stuff coming up in these sort of dynamics? So for me as an employee, if my new boss, is telling me something and I am immediately reacting in a certain way, is probably because of this past manager or leader that I had to deal with a lot. And if I can recognize that and see that those old things are getting triggered, and that's what's creating this emotional reaction to this person, or these thoughts or these stories that come up, that this person's not, telling me the truth, or this is a whole similar situation or whatever. Or I just don't know what to do because I can't tell what's the thing that's right anymore because this other person was so toxic. So if I can learn some tools to help me identify what I'm thinking about, what I'm feeling, what are the actions that I'm kind of reacting with, jumping into to deal with the situation, fight, flight, or freeze usually are the negative pieces that we do, then I can start to unwind those things, because I have to recognize them first before I can figure out how to let them go, heal them, and then stop doing them and make better choices or other choices. So that's just I think a really great example of how important it is for us as individuals to really work on ourselves, because of how it affects us at work. And it affects us everywhere, right? In relationships at home, friendships, all that stuff, but also at work. We don't walk in our door at work and leave all of our personal stuff behind us. We bring it all in with us. And especially if a lot of this personal stuff was created there, having a toxic boss at one point, then of course all that stuff's going to get triggered. It's just, common sense. So I don't know, that's just a really important lesson. And that was one of the things that we talked about and that we're going to try to work on with the team members, with the employees, to help them understand, what is their part in this now. This has been different. This has been turned around. There's a different leader there. Everybody knows. He's proving himself very well. So there's nothing to distrust there yet, but what do I, as an employee, need to see and recognize in myself that's creating more of this distrust? And then again, it's about trusting myself, trusting somebody else. So this is a really good example of how our personal stuff can mess us up at work. Got any questions? Let me know. If you have feedback, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.